Well, hello, this is Rose RCG Creations. How are you doing? I'm bringing to you a little what if. It's not so much a what if, it's what has to be done. We always have to restock items when we're run low, and it's nice for you to have a backup. That's why buying in bulk really makes a difference. Buying 2 or 3 of one item whenever prices are really good, or even when the prices are not good. Always want to do 2 or 3 extra of everything. But what I wanted to show you is, I typically make, this is my homemade brown sugar. I'm running low, so I need to refill it. And I found this in my stash of my sugar stash, and I vacuum packed it back on November the 23rd, 2014. There it is. It was vacuum packed. And look, I wanted to show you something. Here's another reason why you want to vacuum pack stuff when you can. So if you don't have a vacuum sealer, try to get yourself one if you can. Look at this. Look how soft. See how pliable this is? So I'm going to show you. And I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't know it did this, because this is my first time vacuum sealing brown sugar, because I always make my own. So I went ahead and just did it because I didn't want to bother with it. And I do have my little ceramic brown sugar keeper, which all it is a piece of pottery clay. And this is the shape of a little teddy bear. It's all yucky, but I read it. You soak it in water totally submerged in water for 20 minutes, then totally dry it, and then you put them in your brown sugar container. But I wanted to show you. Look how soft this is. This is like fresh brown sugar. But as you saw the label, I vacuumed it in 2014, and it's now 2023. This is May 2023. Oh, I need to make that hole bigger. Let me get that bigger. And as you can see, this is just store-bought brown sugar, and I'm going to show you in just a minute once I get it all out of here. None of it's hard, it was compact. I'm going to look to see if the labels, the packaging says anything on it. This was from Parade Sugar. I don't even know what store this is from. Light brown sugar, 32-ounce bag. Let's see. Oh, it's the effective date 12/12/14. See that right there? 12/12/14. Which is the same year that I vacuum packed it. So another good reason why you want to vacuum pack is because guess what? 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 9 years later. And let's do a taste test. But I'm going to show you. Look how soft that is. See how it's just falling in there? And other than a few little hard clumps, it's not really hard, it's just clumped up because, again, like I said, it was vacuum packed. But it's not like rock hard like sugar gets. Look at that. You see, I can just move it. And then, see that? See how it's just falling into pieces? So, not totally perfect, because not all of it's really super soft, but 95% of it is. And I just got a little bit of a sugar spill, not too much. But here's a good way to, in the future, buy stuff now, buy extra stuff, because we're always using brown sugar. I mean, pretty much everybody uses brown sugar and something especially if you're making cookies. And this is a good way to control your budget. So, and I also, of course, I know y'all have seen this before. Most my regular subscribers have seen this before. Here is a, oh, I didn't label this one. Oh, I didn't have to label it. This is just a vacuum seal bag, and I had the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints rolled oats that I vacuum packed 8/11/17. And all I did was put the oats inside the bag. This is just a plain paper bag lunch box that you get at the grocery store. And then I just rolled it down. I labeled it. Stuck it in my bag. A lot neater than this because it's got oats, pretend like it had oats in it. Then I vacuum sealed it. But that was it. And I was able to, because it was in my stash, I needed to do it. So I refilled, and I was able to refill my container. This is my everyday container that goes in my regular pantry. And then where did I put that? Oh yeah, I have a number 10 can of spaghetti that it was vacuum sealed when I purchased it. Then you just use a can opener and open it up. And this is a number 10 can. But this is also, this is from Family Home Storage. And it's just spaghetti, and it was packaged September 2011. We needed spaghetti. We had none. And it ain't payday yet. But we know we have this in our stash. So I'm not too worried about it, because as long as I have one extra can or an extra jar, I'm good to go. We're fine. Then I just know I got to put that on get it on my grocery list. And make sure no matter what the budget is that I get that right away, because I have no more extra. But we made spaghetti today for supper, and it was really good. And they do pack this, the manufacturer, because that's the oxygen absorber that was in that number 10 can. I just stuck it in my jar because I have another container that's in my everyday pantry. I filled it up with spaghetti, and then this is the extra out of the same number 10 jar. This is my overflow, which is going to go in my long-term storage overflow. And then that's just an FYI. Another reason why it really is good, if you can financially buy 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever it is that you can afford, especially if it's a good deal. And if it's something like this is these are dry products. Stick them in a mason jar. Get yourself some mason jars. Put your filters out. Put it on Facebook if you're on Facebook, or send an email to everybody. Just say, hey, if you have any extra mason jars you're not using, I would love to take them off your hands, and I can come by and pick them up. Or they can bring them to you the next time you see them. And that way they empty out their pantry of an empty jar that just sits there because they're not using it. And then you can use the jar to refill your items like your brown sugar, your spaghetti, your oatmeal. And then what I did is I went ahead and I got some citrus. And I have, this one has lemon with, I want to try something different, so I'm making lemon extract. And I'm making it with, I'll put my link to the video that I did where I made some other extracts. And this is El Dorado rum. And then this one is, because we don't drink alcohol, I'm not too used to, I don't know what is and what isn't. I just told the clerk, I asked the clerk, could you just tell me, recommend a good brand? And then he gave me this one. This is wheat vodka. I have a little bit left, as you can see, not much. And I like the way they put this little protective sheets on here. So in the car, they don't go cling, 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 cling with, because it's glass. And I'm just keeping them on there to protect them while they're sitting in my long-term storing. So this one is oranges. So I'm making some orange extract with my vodka. And all it is you peel the orange off. You peel the orange skin, save the skin, take excuse me, sorry about that. Take up all the white stuff. I think it's called pith. I think it's what they call it, pith. I forget what it is, but that gets bitter. So take all that off. So all you're left is just the skin, and then slice it into little thin slices, or chop it however you want to do it. But everywhere I read, a bunch of them when I was reading says that the thinner slices make the better. So they're thin, slice them thin, put them in a jar, and I just happen to have these 2 extra jars. So I wanted to do one with vodka just to see what it was like. And then this one is the, that was the orange. This is the lemon. Okay, so lemon skins. That's all it is lemon skins made with the rum. So we'll check them out in 3 months. And then every 3 to 5 days, I'm just going to go in there and I'm going to shake them. That's all you have to do is shake them around so that vodka goes in. You want it to go in through all the little crevices of all the fruit. And then that's all you do about every 3 to 5 days. And I just have that on my calendar, on my schedule, and that's all I did. Then, this is one main reason why I purchased the citrus. Is they're kind of heavy. Is I make my own household cleaner made with distilled white vinegar. You get any glass jar that you have with a lid, okay? And if you can't get a screwed top lid so you can know for sure it's tight. And I just put this piece of parchment, this is parchment paper, on here just to give me some extra protection from the lip, because if I'm moving this around and I'm jiggling it and I'm sloshing it around, I don't want that juice to get into the metal top. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know why. It's just that's what they say to do. And a couple of people just recommended it, so that's what I've been doing. This is my second batch of my homemade citrus, but that's what I did is I bought lemons, limes, and oranges. I tried to peel the limes, but I could not get the lime skin off the pith to just get the skin. And I didn't really want to zest it, because all this is just, because what you're doing when you're making your household cleaner is you slice it in half, squeeze the juice out, save the juice for something else, and I actually, you know those store-bought bottles of lime and lemon? I had one that was just about empty of each one. So I just put all my lime juice in the lime, I rinsed off the lime container, and I put some fresh lime juice in there. Did the same thing for my lemon. And the oranges, I just put in a separate container, because hubby loves orange juice. So he got himself some homemade squeezed orange juice. He got about, because I just used a baggie full of these oranges. Bear with me, because I have it right here. I do have the... Here it is. I saved my little baggies, strictly for the video. And I apologize, I should have had this out when I was ready. But this little bag is 32 ounces of the limes. And then, excuse my alarm, it's in the other room and I don't want to turn it off. That's my alarm for my chore, because, oh, actually it's time for me to go to bed. And this is 2 pounds of organic Bella mandarins. And I got 2 of those. So we actually had 4 pounds of mandarins. And then here's the lemon one. This one is 32 ounces. And I had gone to H-E-B, our local grocery store here, for the lemons. And that's how I made all of this. So 80% of this stuff is in here. And all I did was, again, slice every single piece of fruit in half. I have a manual squeezer. I didn't want to bother digging out my electric one because it's big, it's really messy and it's noisy. So I just hand squeezed my lemon juice, saved all my juice from all my citrus, put them in little containers so we have fresh squeezed juice. Then the rest of the half of the lemon and all the citrus is in my jar. And in 3 months, this will be ready to use. You just strain it in a mesh strainer. So all you get is the liquid only. Put it in a spray bottle. Shake it up, add a little, like 1-to-1 ratio. So like say half of it, of whatever the size spray bottle you have, of this liquid, and the other half of water. and then you shake it, then you spray it on any of your countertops. It was safe to use on your kitchen table, your kitchen counters, your cutting mats, anything that you need to grease. And I'm going to tell you, when you get the splatter of grease and oil on your stove and around the stove, like when you're making bacon or sausage or anything that you're making and it splatters, wait for it to cool off, spray all that, and then one wipe is typically all it takes, and it cleans it out, and there's no streaking left afterwards. That's because of the vinegar. But this is a fantastic homemade household cleaner. I've done it in my bathroom counters. I've done it around my toilet seats. And I just use a paper towel. I don't use a cloth because it's like, that's a little too nasty for my taste. But I just spray it down, and then I get a clean paper towel, and I wipe the toilet seat, the toilet tank at the bottom, the floor, and hubby here sometimes has little boo-boos when he's going. And then there's splatter on the floor, and I know that's him because it's behind on the side of the toilet. It ain't me. I'm sure everybody that has a male in their family can attest to that and stuff. So we get that clean, and what's really good about it is you're not having to go out and purchase chemical cleaner to do the same job. But I'm going to tell you, I am a firm believer on this citrus cleaner. It's a fantastic degreaser. Now, I've tried it on my pots and pans. It's not that great. Dawn still beats it out all the way. But for a quick wipe on your kitchen counters, the stove, the microwave, the toaster, the mixer, the blenders, all that stuff, your kitchen table, just spray this, wipe it down with a clean cloth, and you're ready to roll, and you're done. And you don't have a bunch of sticky residue, or it's a yucky residue, and you don't see like a white shit on that thing. A white sheen, it's not on there. It just evaporates. And you don't smell the vinegar, which is really nice. Yeah, you smell it in here, but once you put it in your spray bottle, you don't smell that anymore. So that's a win-win. So anyway, I thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and share. Take care. We'll see you at the next one. Bye-bye. And let me give you a close-up. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? That's even prettier to sit up. But you definitely want to store this in a clean, dark spot, which I have a closet in my pantry in the very bottom that's always dark. And I keep that in there. Take care now. Bye-bye.